My basic philosophy is that all couples need to work at their relationship at some point. And I think when people get to a place of couples counseling where they need that, they have gotten to a sticking point where they may be having the same argument or fight over and over again, and they can't find a solution for that, and they end up in the same place. So they usually come to me when they're in the place where they can't find a middle ground and they're struggling and they've been over and over it. So, you know, they come into my office to find a solution or an easy way to deal with those things.
I think the couples that come into us, it starts off very surfacey. I see a lot of, we have communication issues, we have intimacy issues, things like that. You start to break it down and go through the layers of a relationship, and you start to see that there's a lot of pieces that encompass the communication and intimacy and all of the areas that people feel like, if this person would just do this, if this person would just do that, if I could just do that. You look at, they aren't working as a team, you know, and I think when you talk about having a couple and doing couples counseling, you have to look at what started out as a team has somehow usually broken apart, and now they're working as individuals and they're working against each other and seeing each other as opponents instead of team members. And I guess I see my job in that as helping them rebuild that team, helping them rebuild the communication that they need, rebuild that connection that they need to really be a successful team, because no team wins with everybody as opponents and facing off against each other.
So a couple may come in and their goal may be, you know, we want to fix this marriage.
And so sometimes that is a piece to our therapy, is really just, what do you really want? You know, can you emotionally reinvest in this relationship?
So if that's the intention that they're coming in with, I'm on board with that, and I want to help them fix the marriage. They may be in a place that's not going to be the best answer for both of them. My personal goal at the end of the day is to see everybody happy.
A lot of the clients that we see come in and they are having intimacy issues, they are having sex issues. So a lot of it is just sort of, first of all, figuring out, you know, what are your ideas behind sex?
Well, what's interesting is that I have a lot of clients or a lot of couples that come in and they think the main issue is sex. So we can definitely address that. Usually what I find is sex is up here, and then there's all these other issues that are contributing to the sexual issues that they're experiencing. So we work on both at the same time. We will work on the sexual pieces that need healing, but then we'll also work on the issues that led them to having the sexual problems.
With a lot of the relationships, you see that people have sort of developed a script that they follow, and everyone has their set roles and their set script, and it's kind of repetitive, and maybe you aren't getting what you want out of your sex life, maybe it doesn't go in the direction that you want it to go in, but you feel like it's a subject you can't talk about.
A lot of times couples just aren't communicating about it. So they're not talking about sex. They've been married for 20 years and they've never had a real discussion about what they like, what they don't like, you know, what they would prefer, that sort of thing. So really we kind of try to open up those lines of communication and figure out why that's been a taboo topic in their marriage or their relationship.
The therapist would come in and ask in a safe environment so that you feel like, you know, the heat's not on you to talk about this stuff. They put it out there, and then you can have a really open and honest discussion about, you know, what is essentially a huge part of your relationship, and it should be a great part of your relationship. Everyone deserves that part to be satisfying, and I think sex therapy gives that to the client.